it like kept her as a mod. Like,
I think it does.
Okay.
I think it keeps.
I wonder if I can see admin settings, moderators. Yeah, you're there. Okay. Hi. There's 7 people. What is it telling me? Okay. Oh my God, hi. We're here with sweet angel baby princess, Katherine.
The princess.
I'm gonna try to remember not to chew my gum in the microphone. Hi.
I did some Instagram stories the other day, and when I played it back, I was like breathing so heavy because I had just like hauled in these heavy dresses, and I was like, I sound so horrible.
Thank you. Sending likes to pregnant women get their nails done. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I worry about that all the time. Like the first few times I went live, I was like, you guys have to tell me if I'm like heavy breathing in the microphone because it's right next to my mouth.
Inches.
So yeah, somebody will have to tell me if I'm like getting real serious with the breathing. They have told me about my gum chewing before. Hi, is dip or gel better for natural nails? Neither one is good or bad for your natural nails. They're just different. Dip is acrylic. You can get whatever coating you want as long as you find a nail tech who is gently prepping and removing the coatings. You can have acrylic, you can have hard gel, you can have gel polish. The product itself doesn't cause the damage. I know I saw Jen's little icon somewhere, but she hasn't talked shit yet. So maybe she saw me and quickly went away. Hi, from the Philippines.
Thank you, thank you.
That ring is everything.
It is 5:50 a.m. in the Philippines right now.
Uh-oh. Getting ready for work. It is 5:50 p.m. They're exactly 12 hours. That's cool.
I didn't even put that together. Won't your ring get dirty? It's already dirty.
Just from one manicure, it's probably going to be just fine. The only way it would get dirty is from like the dust of me like filing her nails, but it's fine. Most of my clients wear their rings during their manicure. No problem.
Where are you located?
We are in Central Florida.
Thank you. From Poland, it's 23:50, so that's 11:50.
Girl, I am so bad with like the 24-hour clock thing. Yeah.
What grit do you use?
I think these are 180. These are disposable files and buffers. One side is more coarse. I want to say it's 100 and 180. Or maybe it's 180, 240. I don't really know. The disposable nature of them is more important to me.
Lazy Witch from Memphis says she's a cosmetology student and they're doing nails right now. So
You're fine. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun with your nails section of your cosmetology program? Do you want to do nails, or are you like really just into hair and you have to do the nail thing? Her nails are gorgeous. We actually did trim them a little bit. They get really long. She has really good nails. We trimmed them just a little bit.
What color? We're doing neon with some daisies.
Oh, yeah. Mainly what I want to do nails. I chose because it gives me options. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I think that's really cool. I went to school for nails and skincare. I knew that I had zero interest in doing hair. Turns out I also have zero interest in doing skincare. So I just do nails, but I think it's super smart to get your full Cosmo license for sure, because then you can do whatever you want.
And see what you do and don't like.
Exactly. I think, yeah, you don't really know until you're like in it and working, like if you're gonna love it or hate it.
Yes, she did remember to change my name.
Katherine reminded me. I probably would not have remembered if she didn't remind me, which is why she's the sweet angel baby princess. I tried to put all of that in the title and it wouldn't allow me to do that many characters, so I was kind of upset.
I didn't even see what you called it.
I think I just said sweet angel baby. Katherine. Your name's on there too, but I wanted like sweet angel baby princess, lovely person, Katherine.
Dot daisies. We're gonna go for the stamp first.
Yeah,
I
am partial to the daisy stamp. I really like. I'm sure you can tell that because it's in a million of my videos. I think it looks way better than the dot daisies. So we're gonna try the stamp first and see how we feel about it, because those daisies are bigger than like what her inspiration picture was. But we're gonna see how they look. I personally just always think the stamp comes out better, but we may end up with dot daisies. We'll see how it goes.
My diamond is a little over 1.5 carats. Just a smidge over. No, not acrylic. She only does natural nail gel manicures.
Yes.
What top coat is your favorite?
CND Shellac Express 5 is my favorite. This one right here.
What is your preference for removal? She feels like the foils take forever.
So I only wrap them up in foils for 10 minutes because the polishes I use are easier to remove, which I think is super important to keeping your client's nails healthy. Filing off, you will definitely have more potential for damage to the natural nail plate. So I always suggest acetone, 100% acetone wrapped in foil. If you're using a polish that's not as easy to soak off as what I do, file the top coat off, file through some of the color, just be really careful not to file into the natural nail plate, and just be patient.
Your thoughts on builder gels?
I think they're great for people who need more structure. Same thing as with acrylic. All the products are fine. The products are not what causes the nail damage. I think every nail product is totally fine and totally valid to use. It's just finding a tech who is going to use those products and take the time to remove them properly so they don't cause nail damage. So when you get into like builder gel and acrylic and all of that, they are just harder to remove. So more potential for nail damage because of that.
I don't do anything to keep my nails strong. I think it's just genetics.
She just lucky.
Yeah. And then what nail polish brand do you use?
I use mostly CND Shellac, but I use other brands of color with the CND top and base coat. So I use Kiara Sky, Gelish, the gel bottle, DND, all of those colors, but I still keep my CND top and base coat. Unless you mean regular polish. Those are the gels I use. Regular polish, I will use anything, but most of what I have is CND. What?
They're saying that my rings are too small for my fingers.
Oh my God. Fuck off.
It's okay. It's just like 100% humidity here in Florida.
Right? People understand that, like, when you're in the heat, your fingers swell. Like, we can't resize our rings because it's hot outside today or because we ate too much salt last night. Like, honestly.
Our weight fluctuates. This ring was bought 5 years ago.
Hi. People.
It's okay.
I just don't understand why anyone would feel the need. The audacity of these bitches.
Do you do luminary at all?
I don't. As far as I know, what I know about luminary, well, I guess I shouldn't say because I really don't know anything about luminary, but from what I've seen, it looks like it's like a builder in a bottle system. Is that correct?
Thank you, everybody. Most of you guys are super sweet. Do you have any tips for growing your nails and making them stronger?
So there's nothing that is actually going to make your nails stronger. I mean, I don't know, maybe some vitamin somewhere, but I kind of don't even think that's a thing. All the products on the market that are like nail hardener, nail strengtheners, I've never found one that actually works. If your nails, like, if they're weak from like damage or being overfiled or whatever, like, they'll just need time to grow out. If they're just naturally thinner and weaker, unfortunately, that is your lot in life. Like, that's just, everyone's nails are different. But keeping something on them like gel polish for structure is super helpful. Lots of my clients tell me that they were never able to grow out their nails until they were consistently getting gel manicures. So you can try that. Again, just find a nail tech that takes the time to keep your nails healthy and doesn't create more issues for you.
Victoria sent you a hand heart.
Oh, thank you. That's so cute. I've never seen that before. That's so cute. Oh, I'm so dumb. I was like, heart. That's so cute. I didn't even know the hand heart was a thing. Thank you.
What about silk wraps?
Same thing as like along the lines of like acrylic. I mean, same kind of thing. If that's what you prefer, if that gives you like the finish you like, there's no reason not to use them as long as your tech is prepping and removing them properly.
Is it unhealthy to get gel manicures every week?
Not as long as your tech is removing the polish very gently and prepping very gently. Well, I guess I won't say that because there is some controversy about like the UV light, even though the studies I've read show that like during a manicure, you're getting as much UV exposure as like walking to your mailbox. So I'm not worried about it, but if you are worried about like the amount of UV exposure, you can always, put a sunscreen on your hands or wear those gloves or whatever you feel like doing.
Sweet Pea loves your page, and it's her first time she's caught your live.
Oh my God, thank you. I am so glad that Katherine agreed to do the lives because the only other lives I do are with Cold Heart Kate on Saturday morning, so not everybody can catch that. So I'm glad that we're doing it at a different time so more people can see them.
What do you think of the rubber-based product?
I've never used it. I mean, to me, it just seems like it's adding extra structure from what I know of it, which is admittedly not much. Mm-hmm. I think there's lots of products out there that are just, like an extra, like the builder in the bottle, all of that. It's just like extra layers for structure, but it's going to make your gel harder to remove.
Okay. How much time does it take you to do True Crime Tuesday research?
It depends on how involved the case is. I usually sit down on Monday nights. Luckily, the soup works on Monday nights. So when I get done with work and the gym, I go home, I make dinner, and I, by that time, have decided on the case that I'm going to do. I read. I mean, for the most part, they're cases I already know about. So I just read a bunch of articles and stuff to refresh my memory. I take a bunch of notes. And my goal is to get done researching it writing it and recording it by the time the soup gets home from work, because I can't do voiceovers when he's in the house. I just can't do it. So it pretty much takes me all night to do them.
How far are we from Orlando?
We're about an hour from Orlando.
What color are we going for today? We're doing a mix of neons.
Yeah. I'm super excited about it.
Favorite nippers?
They are linked in my bio. They're actually Revlon. These are my favorite ones. And I love that I can order them from the link in my bio and I get the exact same ones every time.
Why do you call them the soup?
It really is like a random, it was like one of those trends. It was like a random name generator on TikTok. And I like just made a video saying like whatever it lands on is what we're going to call the other person who lives in my house. Because before the soup, he was called the other person who lives in my house. Because I just randomly said that in a voiceover one day, like referencing him. I don't know. It came out that way, the other person who lives in my house, instead of like my boyfriend at the time. And people thought it was so funny, so I kept saying it, but then it became like a mouthful. So I did this random name generator and said I would call him whatever it landed on, and it landed on the soup.
That's so funny. Is this live going to be regular?
It's up to sweet angel princess baby Katherine.
As long as you guys enjoy it.
See how sweet she is? So I don't ask most of my clients to go live because I feel like it's a little bit invasive. Like they feel like they have to like watch what they say. And like usually we sit here for the whole appointment and like gossip. So when we're going live, obviously we can't do that. So I usually don't ask people, but sweet angel princess Katherine is like the nicest person ever. So she agreed to do it.
What's the difference between nail polish and nail lacquer?
Nothing.
One's fancy.
Fancy name, yeah.
One wants to charge more money.
Pretty much.
Hold on. Somebody said, how do we book an appointment with you for a new client?
So I'm not taking on new clients right now. There is a subscribe form on my website, so you can get on my email list, and if you want to be notified when I am taking new clients.
And somebody asked if you would do a room tour.
I did one last time we were on live, and I actually filmed one yesterday. There's like a gnat or something. I filmed one, and I will post it. If we don't run too late, I'll do a quick one while we're on this live. But I did do one last time, so that's up on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. You guys should all follow me on YouTube and Instagram too, please, and sweet angel baby Katherine.
Yes. Why do you have to have a license to buy some gel polishes?
That's just up to the brand. It's the same way there are some hair products that are only available for salon use that are not available to purchase by the public. It's the same thing. It's down to the brands who decide they want to be pro only.
What's the closest color you have to mayonnaise for a male manicure?
Ew. Okay, look. That is so gross. I gotta talk to you guys about the condiment situation. I am a person who hates condiments. Like, I hate mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, all of it. There is a gnat buzzing around sweet angel baby Katherine's hands right now, and it's really disturbing us. But
it really wants to be a part of this live.
I am disgusted by your question, but I think that the answer is vanilla by the gel bottle. It's kind of like a yellowy, almost like it's got a yellow tone to it, an off-white. I feel like, is that mayo or is that mayo right there? But I am horrified by that question. Yes, her real legal name is Sweet Angel Baby Katherine.
Yes, and says it on my birth certificate.
It's on her driver's license and everything.
You said definitely mayo.
That was vanilla by the gel bottle. That was the answer. Okay, are you a nail tech and are you doing mayo nails, or was that just like a random? I need to know. I need to know the answer to that. And if you are, I need to see them.
Yes, you have a cold hard Kate and a sweet angel Catherine. You're a girl that hates all dip, huh? No nail dip, no mayo, no ketchup, no mustard.
I am. I'm a no dip. This is a dip free zone up in a stitch.
No chewing tobacco dip either.
No, especially not that one. Oh God, so gross. Ugh, I never dated a guy who did that, luckily.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
This is Catherine. Thank you.
Hi, from Ireland.
Why do you not like dip?
Food dip or nail dip? I actually don't have anything against like the dip powder manicures. I just don't do them. I don't prefer to do them. I like to do gel manicures, and my clients do really well with them, and they like them, so it keeps me busy doing what I like doing. But I don't have anything against the product. It's just acrylic.
Oh, I love you too, Molly. Somebody said, do you eat dry tenders and nuggets?
Okay, so depends. So I don't dip. I gotta say that. Nuggets, yes, they are dry. Absolutely.
Hold on. Pause. The person that asked about the mayo said they're going for an interview. Their client is going for an interview at Hellman's and wants a mayo-inspired mani.
I'm obsessed with that now. Okay, now I'm good with it. Can you? Okay, how do I follow? Can I follow you?
Yeah, you click on that person's name. The Notorious Brisk, and it should come up.
Oh my God, that's my friend Mike.
Oh.
I'm so upset now.
You manifest.
This is a different Mike. Michael Anthony Hurtigan. Is he the one who originally asked about mayo?
I think so. I don't know for sure.
So he's taking advantage of the situation because I cannot see the comments and only sweet angel baby Katherine can. So if I would have seen that name, I would have known immediately that it was fucking with me. He is one of my oldest friends. We have known each other since middle school, and I love him. But he's a jerk. He knows about my mayo situation. Now I'm really sad.
That's really
I really was like super excited that you had like a client who was going to a Hellman's interview with mayo nails. I'm so upset.
He does know you well because
oh my gosh.
You would love that.
Yes, he does. He probably knows me better than anyone in my whole life, which is not always great. He knows too much.
What color are you wearing on your nails?
This is actually a glitter, like a loose glitter. I'll show you. I filmed a video about this too, but I haven't posted it yet. Go ahead and put that one in.
Oh, I forgot we had to do that.
We forgot we had to do nails today. This is the glitter. I probably will not have it on for that long because I don't know why I did it. I hate glitter nails on me. I like them on other people. This is by Young Nails, and I've had it for like years and years, so I don't know if it's still available, but it's called Dragon Fruit. And I just did 2 coats of Pink Bikini by C&D and put that glitter over it. So the tenders conversation, if I'm getting chicken tenders, I want buffalo sauce on them. That is the, there are a few exceptions to the condiment situation, and buffalo sauce is one of them. Hot sauce of any kind, really.
Do you dip it in ranch or blue cheese?
Ew. 0%. 0% chance you will catch me eating ranch or blue cheese ever.
Okay. Got it.
But I love hot sauce. But like nuggets, seriously, like if I go to McDonald's and get nuggets, it's a no sauce situation.
Yeah, same.
Same with Chick-fil-A, because like Chick-fil-A nuggets do not need sauce. They're so delicious.
They don't.
Unless,
I occasionally go for the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I've never tried Chick-fil-A. I mean, why would I? Obviously, I hate all sauces.
You don't like
but if I get grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A, I get buffalo sauce.
Grilled nuggets?
Yeah.
Those are so flavorful. They don't need anything.
I don't love them, honestly. I only do it to be skinny.
They have the weirdest texture, and they have like chunks of the fat mixed in with them.
I'm not into it at all. I'm still like really upset about the false mayonnaise situation. He's probably gone now because he's like, my job here is done.
Yes. Chick-fil-A sauce is elite. What nail wipes do you use?
I use gauze, 2x2 gauze squares. They're linked in my bio too. But word of warning, they are not by any stretch of the imagination lint-free, but I just like them. Yeah, you can put that one in. No ranch, no honey mustard. No, absolutely not.
Did we pick a color for the base or did you pick a color?
Oh, for the negative space one?
Yeah.
What would you like? Do you want bow or powder my nose? Or it can be totally clear.
No, I'd like whatever you think.
I was gonna do bow,
That's fine.
but I can show them both to you.
I don't care.
Powder my nose is more nude.
Have you done gel extensions on a client?
I have, yeah, in the past. I don't currently do them. I don't do any extensions anymore. Okay, so that's bow, and that's powder my nose. So one is pink, one is nude, but they're both very, very sheer. So it's not going to be that vibrant. That was probably too thick of a coat.
I think powder my nose.
Powder my nose.
Can you do a video on how you became a nail tech?
Sure, I will. I have done one before, but it was a long time ago, so you would have to like scroll down far to get to it. So I'll do a new one. Tell me what we decided about the order of these. Is it these two or these two?
These two.
These two are negative space, and then we want to do...
It doesn't matter. Just randomly pick. Or let them pick 1, 2, and 3.
We're missing something. Oh, okay. Because we want to do the orange, dark orange, and manic, darker, bright pink, right? Or do you want the lighter bright pink?
That one.
This one? And the two orangey ones?
Yes.
That and that.
You should do a ranch-inspired manicure.
I don't know. I'm seriously disappointed by this. I was really like excited that we had a nail tech who was gonna do Hellman's manicure or Hellman's mayonnaise manicure.
Paige says she 100% wishes you were like a travel nail tech.
I kind of do too. Like I could like get a camper and like travel the country.
Okay, we'll do it together.
Okay.
I will take pictures and
Yes, like a cute Airstream trailer.
Yes. How do you build your clients?
So for me, I really just posted pictures on social media. Like way back then, it was Facebook and Instagram. That's how everybody found me. But I hate telling people that now because it sounds like so like, okay, well, how do I get clients to like post pictures of? I literally don't know how it happened. It just did. I was super lucky to build the clientele that I have been able to build. It's definitely difficult. It's very, very hard. And it takes a lot of like perseverance. Like you're not going to make any money for a long time. You're going to need a good support system, but eventually stick with it. You will get there.
Why don't you do extensions anymore?
Because I just don't like to. I'm very, very lucky, and I say this all the time. Like, I like to do natural nails and gel manicures, and I'm lucky enough to be busy enough doing that I don't have to do services I don't like doing. So it wasn't always like that, obviously. I used to have to do all kinds of services, but I'm just really lucky.
What are these color names?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So we have Pumpkin Spice by DND, number 654. We have Kiara Sky, Dress to Impress. And then we have NY Islanders, which is by DND, number 008. And then Powder My Nose on her 2 negative space nails.
What base coat did you use?
I use C&D Shellac Original base coat. I really should have known that that was Michael Anthony Hurtigan Jr. because we literally had...
that you say his full name every single
Dude,
time.
I put the wrong orange.
No, leave it.
Leave it? You want to mix it up?
Yeah, mix it up.
He was like joking with me about mayonnaise literally this morning.
That's
I'm
what he said.
so
He did
dumb.
say that.
I missed that one. Do you want to switch up like where the negative space ones are or just the colors?
Just the colors.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm so scared right now. I'm so nervous. Oh, God.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh, my God. So funny. I really thought I was in trouble for a second. Oh, God. Catherine is cracking up right now, guys. She's not gonna make it. She's literally in tears. Like, tears are coming out of her eyes because she scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. She's cracking up. Oh, I forgot about that. Was that this past Saturday when we had Cold Heart Kate and there were a million Kates in the comments?
Really?
Yeah. And multiple like had the same middle name as her, I think. It was really funny.
Does she have a very common middle name?
It's
though?
Marie, yeah. So there were like multiple Caitlin Maries.
Yeah. Because mine is Elizabeth. So
Oh, this is Caitlin Marie commenting on it. Yours is Elizabeth?
Yeah. And I feel like Elizabeth, Lynn, and Marie are all like
Yeah.
80s and 90s baby
Yeah.
middle names.
Do we have any Elizabeth middle names in the on the live right now?
Yes. Beauty Nails by Barbie said mine is Elizabeth.
Hey.
Schmelby said my middle name is Elizabeth.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I wonder, is everybody like from the same
Caitlin
like?
Elizabeth said her middle name is Elizabeth. Imagine
Caitlin,
that.
that's so funny. Did someone just say Elizabeth Marie? Oh no, I just made that up. Oh, I saw someone say Marie. Louise. Oh my gosh.
It's funny. My husband's middle name is Lynn.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Does he hate it?
No, I just think that it's funny that you think it's cute that his middle name is Lynn.
It is cute. Is it a family name, I imagine?
Yeah, he's a junior.
Okay.
That's why he goes by Rocky. That's not really his first name.
That's so funny. My grandpa went by Rocky. It's so weird. Did you notice like how much this color changes?
Yeah, from like one coat to
Yeah.
two coats.
Okay, go ahead and put that one back in.
This one.
Christine Elizabeth. So many Elizabeths.
I told you it's popular.
I wonder if everyone's like around the same age. Yeah.
I was born 1990.
90s baby over here.
You're 80s, right? 86?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really old.
Are you 86?
Yeah, 86, yeah.
Yep. Caitlin Marie was born 1990. I'm 32 in August. 88. Oh, sorry.
Don't scare me again. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. How often do I come in for nails? Every 2 weeks.
Yes.
What are your starting prices?
Go ahead and put that one in. A basic gel manicure with just a solid color. Waits for jump scare. Exactly. That's what's happening. $35 would be starting. Okay.
I'm just a sweet angel baby.
She is just a sweet angel baby. I don't know why I got so scared.
Probably because it was unexpected for me.
Yes, she's so quiet. Normally. Oh my God, so scary. I'm pretty sure I only did one coat of powder on my nose. So I'm going to do one more. And then we'll stamp our little daisies.
Daisy. Or Anne. That's another
Anne, yeah.
popular. That's my daughter's middle name is Anne.
My parents were not about that basic middle name life.
Really?
We all have, because they named us after our grandparent. My older sister got my grandmother's first name as her middle name, my maternal grandmother. And then I got my paternal grandmother's first name as a middle name. And then my brother was named after my dad's grandfather. Yeah. And we have some weird, just all around weird names in our families.
Really?
Yeah. My middle name is my grandma's name. Heen. Is that how you say that?
Jean, not Heen.
Jean. My mom's middle name is Jean.
My sister-in-law's middle name is Jean.
I like Jean. I was really... You think that I could have puzzled that one out, that it wasn't Heen?
I was right there with you.
Oh, God.
That typo took me out.
I don't know if I can even finish this today. Oh, my God. I feel like such a dumbass all day from the mayo nails. To Heen, I can't do it today. Oh my God. I'm legitimately crying right now. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna lock it up. Whew. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Okay. What do we got? Legit need to wipe my eyes. There are actual tears coming out of them.
Caitlin said you tried so hard to pronounce.
Tell me why I thought this girl's middle name was Heen. Oh my God. Guys. Okay. All right.
You were so calm and kind about it.
I was legit about to be oh my God, that's so cool and so different. No, idiot. Her name is not Heen. Okay.
So my uncle had these, he was a pharmacist, and he had these patients that they were twins, and their parents named them Orangelo and Lamangelo.
Stop it.
And it spelled out orange jello and lemon jello.
Stop it. Is that real
That
life?
is real life. 100%.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes I do.
Did you paint on here?
I did, yes. Thank you for checking with me though, because there's no telling. I do love unique names. I really do. But then some of them you're like, do you really want that? You know?
You know, when I was pregnant, I think with my second daughter, I had the crazy idea of naming her Isla and her middle name View. So if you said it, it was I love you.
Oh my God. That's cute. I think that's cute.
My husband vetoed that real quick.
He said no, absolutely not, immediately no.
Yeah. Well, he was very adamant that like any name couldn't be made fun of because as a Rocky, he got like made fun of. Oh,
I think Rocky's so cool.
I know, but you know, kids are mean.
Yeah. Well, that's my brother too. Like he's Mac, M-A-C, and like kids used to make fun of him and call him like Big Mac and stuff like that. And he hated it growing up, but like he wanted to be Mike. And I just couldn't get used to calling him Mike. But now, like as an adult, he embraces Mac, and I just think it's so cool because it's different.
I have 2 kids, 2 girls.
But like in reality, you can make fun of any name. Like there's no name that you're gonna. So I did white so we can paint yellow on that. How do you feel about the size and shape of them?
I just don't think we're gonna get that many on there.
Okay.
You don't have to make them like. You can do your ... Daisy.
Okay.
Are you not?
I just don't love them as much as the stamp, but that's just me. Then these are not my nails. Let's we'll do the ... daisies and let you see it on one before we cure them.
Oh my gosh, you said you're 97 and I thought you meant you're 97 years old.
97 years old.
And then realized born in 97.
That makes more sense, yeah.
That's like, get it, girl, for being 97 on
right?
TikTok.
Just so technologically savvy for a 97-year-old. So funny. We are a hot mess today.
What do you clean this stamp with?
So I am lazy and I clean it with acetone, which you shouldn't do because it makes it cloudy like this one instead of being like perfectly see-through. What you should do is use a lint roller or a piece of tape. Or Uber Chic Beauty has this really cool like stamper cleaner thing that sits on your desk that's like basically just sticky paper.
Do you ever drag the ... Daisy petals so they look like the stencil ones?
I usually do drag them, yeah. But they still don't look like the stencil ones. Do you see it, Link? I just don't. Ew. It doesn't look like anything until you put like a dot in the middle. I don't love them.
What do you guys think?
Wait.
Cute. No, I love them.
So like normally I would cure first so this doesn't run together, but I want to give you a better idea of what it looks like with the dot in the middle. Okay, sweet angel baby Katherine, you look at it and decide.
You didn't do one on the yellow.
She cannot get a full picture unless there is one on the yellow. Okay. I'm going to have to do them all again because I didn't cure them.
I like it.
You do?
I think you're going to do it again, though.
Yeah. Just so I can cure it
put
without it running together.
Closer together.
Okay, so I can like cure them separately so I can kind of like almost layer them.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Layer would be.
Okay.
Tell me all besties because the vibes are immaculate.
We get along super well. We haven't known each other that long.
No.
She just recently started coming to me to get her nails done, and she's like one of my favorite people. We have so much fun.
I brainwashed her.
Oh my gosh, because she's a sweet angel princess baby.
This was such a fun live to watch.
You're basically watching me fall apart, just laughing hysterically the whole time.
Is that ring palette on your
Yes.
linked in her bio on the Amazon wish list? Or just linked?
Everything's just linked. Amazon doesn't think I'm famous enough to have a storefront.
How dare
They literally have turned me down. Okay, let's cure those and then I'll...
The neon one is, or the neon yellow is the lemon juice.
Yes.
It's so pretty. I love it.
I
I
do
want to
too.
get it on all my nails.
It is so fun.
But that'd be pretty boring for a live to watch one color.
I mean, I don't... I mean, we would still just, like,
Have
fall
fun.
apart. Yeah.
Rude of you, Amazon.
Okay, put that one in. I agree. Like, I don't know. I probably did it wrong. But
Should be like, look at my TikTok follower count.
they don't care about
Yeah.
TikTok. It's so funny. Like, it has to be, like, Facebook or Instagram. And I don't have that many followers on Instagram.
You don't?
No. I don't know how many I have, but it's not a lot.
Instagram sucks.
I got, like, because I don't do, like, reels or anything. Like, I just, like, post pictures. I never really did, like...
We're in Florida.
I never really did, like, anything, like, fun once Instagram started doing that stuff. Because it used to just be pictures. I never got on board with anything else.
Abby just checked your Insta. You have 7.1K.
Oh, thank you for checking. Amazon does not think I have enough for a storefront.
Hello, Florida from Minnesota.
Hi.
How is the weather there? Because it is hot as balls down here.
It is hot as balls down here. Okay.
There's a hair.
Oh no. Hi from England.
Use yellow.
Yellow. This one already has yellow. I gotta do yellow over here.
No. That was.
What?
They were. Somebody typed that.
Oh.
It's 80 in Minnesota today. Is that hot for you? Because it's like 100. It was 97 on my way here.
Ugh.
My car said.
So crazy. I'm gonna put yellow like, over here. Yeah, it's super hot.
102 in Arizona.
Dang.
In Michigan, it's 93 right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, like people are always like, oh my God, it's so hot in Florida. But like in the summer, it gets hot everywhere. You guys just also have terrible winters that we don't have to deal with. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we get the best. I mean, it is freaking hot.
And the humidity here sucks.
The humidity does suck. And I do wish that like we had more like season changes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but like also I could not live like full time in the snow.
No. I told my husband we should be like snowbirds
Yeah.
and live 6 months somewhere
Yeah.
where it does snow, but come back.
Like it's always fun to like vacation somewhere where it's cold and snowy, but like I couldn't live there all the time.
I had a very good idea. I thought of like finding a family that wanted to live in Florida during the summer
Uh-huh.
and wherever they were from in the winter, and like our husbands could like trade jobs. Like they had the same job, but they would like switch off every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we could just switch houses, and it would be like perfect.
Like that movie, The Holiday, but they didn't switch jobs.
Oh, yes.
I love that movie.
I think I watched that this holiday season.
I love it.
Katherine, let's do it. Come to Wyoming. We are coming to Wyoming.
Are you going to Wyoming?
We are going to Wyoming next month. We will literally be there in 1 month.
That's super exciting.
No, yes. Wyoming is Yellowstone. Yes, we're going to Yellowstone. I'm really hoping it's not flooding still.
Yeah, what is the freaking deal?
I have no freaking clue, but I am.
That's super exciting that you guys are going.
I am super stoked.
Yeah, hopefully the park is back open.
They said the southern part should be back open in a couple days, but the northern part, they don't know if it's ever going to be open again, I think.
Wow. So
Have
crazy.
you ever visited northern Indiana before? No. I don't know that I've been to Indiana at all.
I don't think I've been to Indiana either. Look how cute.
Oh, yeah. Be sure and make sure it's open again. We will. I'm really nervous.
Yeah,
I have
You
been
can
to
put that one in.
Minnesota. Oh, I'm so sorry.
they're fun.
I went to the Mall of America when I was in high school. We literally went there on like President's Day just to go to the Mall of America. And
Was it everything you hoped it would be?
My parents let me bring my best friend, and we shopped till we dropped.
Amazing.
But it was frickin' freezing.
Yeah.
We literally only went from the hotel to the mall.
Oh yeah, isn't President's Day like in January?
Yes.
Oh no.
My dad had Mountain Dew in the car in the parking garage, and it froze solid.
Oh my god.
The dot daisies are popping off.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
They look bomb.
Thank you. Yeah, they do look pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie about it. I am partial to the stamp, but look at those dot daisies. Adorable. Aren't there lots of cornfields in Indiana? Is that Indiana? They have cornfields? Someone just said there's nothing in Indiana. I was like, pretty sure there's cornfields. Couldn't put that one in. Are we doing matte or glossy?
Glossy.
Glossy.
I like matte, but I always stain with matte.
The matte definitely does stain easier than the glossy. Have you ever worked in a salon for somebody else? If so, what made you want to work on? Yes. I won't say like an emphatic yes. When I got out of nail school for a couple months, I worked in 2 different salons. And then I was like, I got this. It really was like just seeing the way things work in salons. Especially if you have no clientele, you're going to work on commission. You're not going to get an hourly rate of pay. You're going to work on commission. So getting 50% commission on the services you do is like good for someone just starting out, especially. So
Can we do something?
yeah, what?
Can we do swoopies?
Swoopies on like all the other colors?
No, just one maybe.
Okay.
Just like maybe
That
the
one?
middle finger.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Girl, sweet angel baby Katherine can have whatever she wants. So I just realized like I could make so much more money doing this on my own. Not that like you make a ton of money right away, but I just realized quickly that I didn't want to work for someone else, basically.
No, you never do.
But yeah, I don't think that's like the norm. I was super lucky to be able to do that. I think we got to do like some white.
Yes.
swoopy? Okay.
Yes, wait, pop it off. Maybe not the yellow. I don't think it'll look good. On.
We'll see how it goes.
I really would love to do the flowers matte, but I work in an office with ballpoint pens, and they hate matte.
The matte polish, or top coat, I think it's like the finish is more like porous.
Yeah.
I think that's why it just like sucks up colors.
How many clients do you do a day?
I prefer to do 6. That's like or not 6 clients specifically, but 6 services. So like if a client is getting like a manicure and a pedicure, that's 2 services. I like to stay at 6 services. Does that happen all the time? No. I often get overbooked. And it's not a big deal. It just like, I feel like I am less stressed if I'm running on time, and it does take a lot of energy dealing with 6 different people a day. Which sounds so, like I sound so privileged. And I am. I totally am so lucky to be doing this job. But it does take a lot of energy. Not that I don't love it, but 6 is like where I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm giving my clients as much attention as I can, and it just works better for me.
Whenever I get matte, it gets less matte every time I wash my hands. Is that normal?
No. I mean, I know a lot of matte top coats do it, so I guess it is normal, but like it's not ideal, obviously. But not all matte top coats do that. The one I use, like this is my favorite. I just discovered it a few months ago, and it's freaking amazing. Luxa Velveteen Matte Top Coat. You don't need a professional license to purchase this. That's my favorite matte top coat. It stays super, super matte the whole time my clients are wearing it. But they will like absorb oils, and that's natural, and you can just kind of like wipe them off with like some alcohol or something, and the matte should come back.
How much time do you take doing one set of nails?
I book an hour for each. Go ahead and put that one in. Obviously, like when we're doing lives and stuff, it's longer because we're stopping to like answer questions and laugh hysterically and, you know, just be ridiculous. So it takes longer when we're doing something like this, but I book an hour for each appointment. It usually only takes me anywhere from 35 to 55 minutes.
Can you show that again so they can screenshot it?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Nope.
Luxa Velveteen Matte Top Coat.
Shannon said wipe it with Jack Daniels and Coke.
Try that. Or vodka would totally work.
I don't trust any of these people that they're not your friends anymore.
Who's not my friends anymore?
No, because your friend Mike was doing that. Yeah, so I was like, it's a Jack and Coke.
I'm so stupid. Like, I should have immediately known that was him. Like, literally, he was just making fun of me about it this morning. I don't know why, like, that wasn't my first thought. I can't believe I kept going with it. Oh, God.
Oh, it's not in there, but it was very close, Nate.
What? Your hands?
It was, like, resting on the palette, but it did not go in.
I do that to people all the time. I get polish all over their fingers. I don't know. This one is pretty pigmented, so it should show up pretty well. Oh, yeah.
S. Romero always goes to your page to look up ideas to do her mom's nails.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That makes me so happy.
When did you start showing interest in doing nails?
In high school, I told my mom my senior year of high school that I wasn't going to go to college. I was going to go to nail school. And she was like, that's probably not going to happen. You're going to college.
Veto.
Yeah, she said, absolutely freaking not. Immediately no. So I did go to college, but I should have just gone to nail school because now I have a bachelor's degree that I don't use for any reason. I did work with that degree for like 5 years before I quit my job and went to nail school. I worked for the state of Florida. But yes, I knew when I was younger that I wanted to do nails, and I just didn't listen to myself. But college was like a great time, so I fully recommend it. Couldn't put that one in.
A bachelor's in what?
My bachelor's is in criminal justice.
Really? That's my minor.
Oh my gosh, so funny. My minor was sociology. So yeah, that's what qualifies me to do True Crime Tuesday, by the way. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not qualified to do anything besides your nails.
That's funny.
Yes, my major was.
Oh, you're way off.
Oh.
Can you fix it?
Like that way?
I can't. These are turning out super retro.
I like
That's
it.
the vibe I was going for.
Big
In
fan.
a, like, groovy mood.
I'm into it.
Have you done nails with different blue colors?
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite, it used to be when I first started on TikTok, it was my profile picture, was my client Stephanie's nails, and we just did solid blue on each nail, but it was like a different shade of blue on each, and it's still one of my favorite manicures. You can find the video if you scroll down far enough. What?
Oh, never mind. Where did you go to college? UCF student here.
Oh, well, I'm a fellow knight. I went to UCF.
Hey.
I went there when we were the Golden Knights still, so that's how old I am. They changed that while I was there, though, to just the Knights.
Yeah, I originally started at UNF, but I started dating my husband and couldn't be that far away from him.
I totally get it. Do you want to put some yellow in that now that you see it together?
What do you think? You want to try it?
Yeah.
If it doesn't look good, we can.
We'll have to do the white first, so if we don't, like, we'll just have another, like...
White. That's fine.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Do they look good?
I love them.
Yeah, but I never went to the Orlando campus. I did it just here.
Gotcha. I had an amazing time at UCF. I lived at a few different apartments near campus, but my favorite, like, college period of time was my two roommates are still, like, two of my best friends today, and we lived at an apartment building that I'm pretty sure is still there called College Station. And it was not a nice one. But I moved in, like, later in the semester. So when I first moved to Orlando, it was actually the summer of 2004, when I just graduated high school. And
It just started.
oh my God, I hate you. That was the year that we had, like, Hurricane Charlie, and there were 3 hurricanes in a row that summer. So Hurricane Charlie, like, came across the state. And me and my 2 roommates who I had moved there with from high school, we had gotten an apartment. We were there for 10 days, and we left for the storm to go home to be with our families because classes were canceled and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that was on my birthday.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And it hit Orlando and came across the state, and it condemned our apartment.
Really?
So I lived on my own in my own apartment for 10 days with my roommates, and we had to go back home. And I was so freaking devastated. And then it was so hard to find apartments because buildings had been damaged and everybody already had their apartments for the semester. So I ended up go ahead and put that one in. I ended up rooming with these 3 girls whose roommate had moved out. Which I didn't know why at the time, but it turns out they didn't get along. So this was the only apartment I could find. So I moved in. They had already been there for months. And I walked in, like, on my move-in day. There was no one around. Everybody was, like, in their room sleeping. The place was trashed. There was a keg, like, in a trash can in the corner. There was graffiti all over the walls. It was terrifying. There were bongs out on the coffee table. My mom was like, I cannot leave you here. And I was like, Mom, I am not going home. I had my own apartment. I've been back home for 3 months. Yeah. How do you feel about the yellow? Do you like it?
I love it.
I love it too. So my mom, against her better judgment, moved me into this apartment with these crazy people who were writing on the walls with markers. So I met them later that day. They, it was weird because I was like the new girl coming in and they had already had their little clique. One girl had already moved out because they didn't get along. So it took a while to like warm up, but they are still like my best friends to this day. And they are legitimately crazy people. And so that whole year we would have parties and get kegs and we would have people come over and we would just hand them markers and they would write all over our walls. So that's like my favorite period of college, living at College Station. We still talk about it to this day. And now we're all like adults. It's weird.
Oh no, you're about to drip, you're about to drip.
It's okay. Okay. The table cleans easily.
Okay.
I definitely had some fun college years. I only lived with those girls for 1 year because the next year, two of them moved in with their boyfriends. But we like stayed biffies.
Yeah, my college roommate, her boyfriend ended up moving in with my husband, so I could never get away from her.
That's so funny.
On the weekends, we would go back home and be with our boyfriends, and so I never got
That's funny.
a break.
Did you like her?
I did. She was fine.
Yeah.
There was, being an only child and then living in a small space with somebody was an experience.
Oh, for sure. After those girls, I never had another good roommate experience. I had horrendous times with roommates. It was really, really bad.
Well, we were in the dorms, and our dorm had 4 single bedrooms and 1 double bedroom, and me and her were in the double bedroom. So I had no privacy.
Yeah. I never lived in a dorm. I feel like that would be really difficult, like sharing a room like that.
So it was fine at first, but then, small spaces.
Yeah. What are we talking about in the comments, guys?
Belle Nail Bar just got her nail license and she's asking for advice.
Oh. Well, advice. There's a lot of.
Start a TikTok.
Yeah, start a TikTok. Advice on getting clients would be like just post literally everything you do on social media. That would be my advice.
That everything is content.
Yeah. It's true. We can talk about the colors again. This one on the pinky here, we have NY Islanders by DND. The base of this one is Kiara Sky Dress to Impress. We did Powder My Nose for the base of the Daisy Nails, and then Pumpkin Spice on that thumb by DND.
Yellow is Lemon Juice.
Yes, yellow is Lemon Juice by D&D. Thank you.
I ask how much you're charging for this design.
I feel so weird about that. Like, I don't know. People ask me all the time to, like, when I post the videos, like, say what they paid. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel so weird about that. But my basic manicure, where I don't do any nail art, so just a solid color, would be $35. Nail art starts at $40 and goes up from there depending on how intricate this is. This will just be $40.
I think it's worth more. Oh, we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, we just
but
gotta
you got
wipe and stuff. Hi! Best affordable gel polish. So, there are affordable gel polishes. I just did a video that I posted this morning about like what best gel polish means to me. To me, it's the ease of removal. And so I use CND shellac. The recommendation that I have for a good gel polish that doesn't require a license to buy is Gelish. Is it the most affordable? No, it's not. Especially because the way Gelish sells to the public, they sell in mini bottles. So that makes it more expensive because you're paying for a smaller quantity. But I just think it's really important to have something that removes easily so you don't damage your natural nails.
Put it back in there.
No, I know you weren't like trying to make me feel weird. I'm sorry. It makes me feel bad that I'm like, this person is paying for a service and I feel bad like calling out what they're paying. I don't know. It makes me feel weird for the client. You know what I mean? I do pedicures as well, but it's pretty rare. I do them for regular clients and I only do a couple, maybe 2 or 3 a week.
If this isn't an intricate design, what is?
I mean, I guess this could be considered more intricate because it's hand painted and stuff.
Daisy is like
So, yeah,
technique.
if I'm just doing something like stamping, that's very simple. If I'm just doing something like glitter, that's very simple. So that would be like basic nail art. If I'm doing anything hand painted, I guess it is a little bit more intricate. I'm also really bad at charging
Me too.
what I should. And like, yeah, Katherine gets this because she's a photographer. It's hard to like actually charge what you should be and to ever raise your prices. It's very, very difficult for me, especially because like I become so close with my clients that I always feel like we're just here like chatting and we're friends and we're visiting. It's almost weird that they pay me at all, but like also like I have to eat. So
Yes, this is sweet angle, baby.
did I write angle?
No, she didn't. I'm sure it was just a.
I might have written sweet angle baby. Beetles gel, I have never used it. But on the I'll show your nails. On the video that I posted this morning about good gel polishes, someone commented about Beetles and like the consensus was that it was like really hard to soak off. So for that reason, it's not one that's like on my list of polishes that I want to try. I won't get your face. I hate like the setup that I have right now, like for the background. Like I hate that all you're seeing is my pedicure chair over there. So like it's been a struggle to take photos of the nails lately. Do you want to put your other hand up there too? So I need to like work on that. That's why I haven't really posted a salon tour yet. I don't think this is like the way everything's gonna stay. Love the wedding set. Is that rose gold?
Just the band on this. The other one is white gold. Actually, this one is a graduation present when I graduated college from my parents.
Really? That's so funny.
Yeah, when I got this one, we didn't get a.
You just used the band that you already had. Yeah. That works. Okay, so like we're done now. Like I feel weird like just having you look at the paper towel, but I'm also like not finna show my face today.
How many clients do you do per day?
I like to do 6. It often is more than that, but I like to do 6 services a day. And I recently made my booking site so that it will limit me. Like once I get to 6 clients, it'll stop, but it doesn't count individual services. It counts clients. So like I personally like to do 6 services, not necessarily 6 clients, but 6 is like my golden number, but often it is 7, 8, 9. Sometimes it's 4. Who knows?
Do you prefer your nails short?
Me, Rachel, the Shimmer Room, I do prefer my nails short. Katherine likes them a little longer, her nails, but we did trim hers today.
Yeah, I would like them longer.
Yeah.
I beat them up and crack them real
They
low.
look so cute today.
How many did you have today?
Today I did 4. Today was a slow day because I actually had 2. Hi. I had 2, count them 1, 2 cancellations in a row. Both Both had family emergencies,
Okay.
though. And they are long-time recurring appointment. They each have a recurring appointment every 2 weeks, and they're long-time clients of mine, so I know they're not, like, BSing me. But it's just, like, when you're in a salon, things happen like that. Like, it's when it rains, it pours, kind of. So I had 6 scheduled, and I did 4. My salon is in Central Florida. I don't charge a deposit, but everyone has a card on file, so I can charge, but I wouldn't for a family emergency situation like that, especially with a long-time client that I've known for years and has been a consistent client. They are very summery,
Yeah.
and I do like the retro vibes.
Yes.
I'm so into these right now. Do you ever have really quiet days? Sometimes, but it's, most of my clients have recurring appointments. So, I mean, I have quiet days, like, sometimes when something like this happens that I'll get, like, last-minute kind of cancellations. Yeah. Are you going to make a TikTok out of these nails or just the live? I will try. I've been having trouble downloading the live videos from TikTok and being able to edit them. But, yeah, I will try to make a... TikTok. Sorry, I was distracted by the next question, which is, wouldn't it be theft if you taken money out without permission? So it's not without permission, because when you make an appointment with me, you consent to my cancellation policy.
I love your nails.
Thank you. I don't think they'll stay on long.
Really?
I don't like glitter on myself.
Were you just doing it to test it out?
I think so. I get these like weird, like something will be calling to me, and I'm like, I gotta do it. Like the green. Were you here when I had the green last time?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
like
it was called like something.
Old Pine.
Old...
Yeah, such a weird name. But yeah, like I'll get like a color in my head, and I'm like, I have to do it. It's gonna look so good, and then I put it on. I'm like, I fucking hate this. Like I literally only like 2 colors.
It's your job, and you can just switch it whenever you want.
Yes.
Famous last words.
Is there a disclosure policy? I don't know what do you mean by disclosure policy? This color will not be staying on my nails for long. True. Famous last words. It's already doomed.
It's so pretty. I mean,
Thank you.
glitter next time.
You are?
Maybe. It'll be right before 4th of July, I think.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
maybe some glitter.
I love like red, white, and blue nails. I love 4th of July nails. It's my favorite holiday to do nails for.
Really?
And people always think that's so weird, but I love it. Yeah, your booking site agree that your card will be charged. And they know, like, they're putting in their credit card number for the event that they no-show or cancel last minute. Like, they know what's happening. It's not like a, oh my God, surprise, I'm taking your money. I don't do that, obviously. They fully know my cancellation policy before they book.
Firework nails?
Yeah, my cancellation policy is absolutely posted. Do you do your own toes or do you get someone else to do them? I mostly do my own toes. The only time I'll go get a pedicure is if I'm going like with my mom or my best friend. I don't know. Sounds like someone who can't commit to a policy. I don't know what that means. Do you offer builder in a bottle? No, I don't. I only do gel polish on natural nails. Okay, so let's get last questions in because we are done. I don't want to keep Katherine here for any longer. She's been such a sweet angel baby today and every day. I will download this when I get home and try to make a TikTok if it oh, hey. Our walker is Rebecca. We love her.
Oh, yes. Was she?
Did you meet her last time?
Well, she'll know. Were you in here last time before I came in?
Rebecca, was your last appointment right before Sweet Angel Baby Catherine's last time? I don't know anything about dip. What is it? And is it unsanitary? Dip is a form of acrylic. So the powder that they dip your nails in is acrylic powder. They paint on a resin, which is nail glue. They paint on nail glue and then they dip it in acrylic powder. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. People don't like the idea of your hands being dipped into the same powder that other people's hands are being dipped into, which I get. But I don't think anything's living in acrylic powder. I don't think it's a like sustainable environment for bacteria. However, when I have done it in the past, I do, I like decant a little bit of the powder into a Dappen dish. So it's only that client's nails are going into that powder and then the rest is discarded. So yeah, you guys did meet before. Okay. So Rebecca we told her about the Bajioed before the Bajioed happened. So I know, like I've seen people do a technique where they, dip at different points to build an apex. But I mean, obviously, if you're doing it as just an overlay on your natural nails, it's fine too. So some people claim they can build an apex. I don't know. It's not something I offer. I don't care. I don't care about dip. But it's, it's not good. It's not bad. It's just another product that's out there. I don't do acrylic nails anymore. I only do gel polish on natural nails. I do matte nails. I use just the matte top coat, and they do not cost any more than glossy nails do because it's just a top coat. Okay. Are we done? Say bye. Thank you guys. I will download this and I'll put it on YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, go check it out there. If you miss any part of it, it'll be up.
What are we doing? We are done.
I'm sorry you missed it, but here are her nails. They're so cute. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. We'll see you later. We'll see you next time.